Good morning, my fellow Nigerians and cross Riverians. I'm coming at you guys today, not on a very, very happy note, but with some serious sadness and hard feelings that I sit here with myself, with my mom today, to lay a complaint to the world, complaint to Nigeria, complaint to Cross River. And I hope that this video gets to where it needs to get to. Or even though it's not as impactful as I would want it to be, or it will not be, I hope that to some extent, it will reach the ears that it needs to be reached. Maybe or maybe not. But it's better to do something sometimes than to not do anything. 2 days ago.
That was on Monday.
Yeah. On Monday? On Tuesday. On Tuesday. Some serious injustice and maltreatment was brought upon my family by a judge. She goes by Justice Agnes Onyebuike.
That's right.
She's a judge with the judiciary office in Calabar, Cross River State. Her husband, he's a lawyer. His name is Fidelis Obi Onyebuike. He's a solicitor in Calabar there.
Solicitor.
My brother is a civil servant, a driver in the civil service.
Judiciary.
And for the past 5 months, I think from November, he said, been working with this woman. Mind you, he's been a driver for over 6 years or so. A couple of months ago, he was assigned to Justice Agnes Onyebuike. In the course of this time, my brother has worked with this woman. It has been nothing short of abuse, outright oppression, and molestation. This woman has done nothing but make that man's life a living hell. A living hell. Let me even point out the one that happened, that has propelled me to make this video. 2 days ago, my brother showed up to work. And this woman staged her sons, her hoodlum sons, to beat up my brother with an iron rod. They beat him up so bad. I'll attach the picture and the woman's picture so you know, put a name to who I'm talking about. They beat him so bad, they almost killed him. They locked the gate. He did not show up to steal from her house. He wasn't an intruder. He showed up to carry out his obligation. And he was met with beating and assault. This woman is a judge. She endorsed on her son beating on my brother on the claims that my brother insulted her.
How?
Or say he would kill her. I'm not here to defend my brother, but I know my brothers. When I say I know them, let me tell you why I would stand and say this woman lied about this. Those boys, they are twins. Those boys can't talk to save their life. That my brother, that particular one, he is timid, very timid, doesn't know how to defend himself or even speak for himself. For that woman to make that kind of outrageous claim that led to her thinking it's okay to assault a government worker like that was assigned to her, then I don't know what Nigeria is turning into. I don't know. They beat up my brother so bad, and she was on her balcony endorsing it, championing it. They should beat him up. The son says, oh, their mom has been complaining. My brother's been, they want to treat his fuck up. A judge orchestrating a thing like that.
A civil servant attached to her.
A civil servant. He is not her personal driver. The abuses. My brother said this woman has slapped him on several occasions. She has beat him in the car simply because he did not respond to her when she was talking. On the fear that he doesn't even respond to her because he's too scared. She's a judge. They don't talk back. He's afraid. She was nagging him and he refused to talk back at her on several occasions. She got mad at his silence and beat him up inside the car several times. It's been nothing short of abuses. My brother has complained to the chief registrar. What is his name again? Okokon. Edem, whatever his name is. He's the chief registrar in judiciary. Has complained, and I've asked that. He said he has led, so every time the woman laid hands on him, he had asked to be removed. Sometimes you refuse to show up to work. Who would want to show up to work when you go to work and you are met with abuses and outright oppression. Who would show up to work sometimes? This woman used him to go to the market all the time, have him carry her bag and use him as a houseboy. Civil servants close at 4 or thereabout. But my brother closes work 8, 9 every day because she has to run errands for her. Take her to travel everywhere. To the market, to nail salon, to hair salon. Is that what a government driver is supposed to be doing? But of course, it's Nigeria. When it comes to government thing, people want to milk it to the end. They will milk it and seize it at every opportunity and use it to the end. Mind you, this so-called judge of a woman, Agnes Onyebuike, can afford a personal driver. But no, she turned her driver into a complete errand boy. She recently asked that my brother moving to live in close to her. I'm moving to live with her. Why will a judge want that kind of luxury over a government property? My brother should move in and live with her so that he can use her as if he doesn't have family. My brother is a father. He has a son. He has a house. And a judge making that kind of outrageous request that he move in so that she can use him at her beck and call. So he doesn't even have to come home, go home to his house, but he can sit there and do everything for her. On refusal to do that, of course, her animosity build up some more towards him. Why will a judge who is supposed to uphold the law of the land be the one to abuse it? Madam Judge, I hope you know what assault and battery means. I hope you know what assault, leaving bodily harm means. And I hope you know what abuse of power means. I hope you know what attempted murder means. I hope you also know what it means to cause emotional trauma. That is all the laws you've broken. That is all the law you've broken. How can a judge who has been assigned to foster safety in the land, who have been assigned to foster orderliness in a land, be the one to break it? Ain't you supposed to make sure that the state is in order? Ain't you supposed to make sure that people do what they're supposed to do? But you're the one hiding behind your power to oppress the weak, oppress those who cannot speak for themselves. They say this woman has changed multiple drivers and workers because of her abuses. Some people have worked with her for as little as 3 days because they could not stand how abusive she is as a person. She transferred her personal aggression on her workers. You beat up a 35-year-old man, slap him at will, beat him up when you want, to a point that you even asked your son to kill him. Yes. You staged them up to literally kill him. If he did not escape and run through the security window, who knows what would have happened to my brother? He would have been killed, and then they would label him all kinds of things, and nobody would be able to say anything. That case would die like that. The husband sat down there, wherever he was, and called my auntie and said not to involve the police, that he was going to foot the medical bill. What does that tell you? What kind of inhumane way of handling things is that? So if my brother had died, if they had killed him in the process of beating him up with an iron rod, the man would have come out and said, we'll foot the funeral bill. We are sorry. Because they were this close to killing him. They broke his wrist, busted his eyes, broke his ribs. A judge endorsed on this, a judge of the land of Cross River State. I hope FIDA see this and see the kind of female lawyer that is amongst them. I hope Judiciary Service Commission see this. Whoever see this video, I beg of you to repost this video. National Judiciary Council in Abuja, I hope this video gets to where he needs to get to. Because this is just a matter of the people who think they are powerful, using their power to oppress the weak. Shall we continue to see so that grace might abound in Nigeria? How long will it keep being like this? How long? The police are dragging their feet to do something. In every other part of the world, when something happens, police are at the front door of the house to ensure orderliness and make sure that the rightful thing is done. But it's been days. They've been giving my brother a run for his money. The chief registrar had the guts to give him only 2,000 naira when he went there to show himself and said, look at what this has resulted to. Because he has filed so many complaints to that man and nothing has been done. He gave out 2,000 naira and asked him to apply for transfer. Meanwhile, he's the one that assigned him to that woman. If so many people have complained, why are you still assigning people to her? And he said there are no more drivers in the judiciary. So you put my brother there till he meets his death. This man has had complaint upon complaint upon complaint. Instead,
And he knew the woman very well. You know him very well.
This woman has no human decency. Madam Agnes Onyebueke, you are not supposed to be a judge. You are holding a wrong position because you break the law every day. No human decency. Your work ethic should be called into question. FIDA, you need to look into this woman's work ethics. National Bar Association need to look into this woman licensed as a judge or even as a lawyer, whatever the case may be. How many people has this woman thrown into jail for no just cause? How many people have she cut their life short for no just cause? A person of this character who abuses the people that works under her should not hold that kind of position. How many things has she done in that position that should be called into question? All of our work, every case she has presided on should be called into question. Because she breaks the law at her will all day, every day. Nigeria needs to start filtering out these kind of people from our system. Just maybe there will be hope for that country. This woman abused and bestowed hostility upon my family. She oppressed my family with her power. And I want the world to know. I'm attaching her picture. Her name is Justice Agnes Onyebueke. Her name should be changed to something else. She doesn't deserve to be a judge. She doesn't deserve to hold the position she holds. She does not deserve to be any type of champion of ordinariness in that state. I have said my piece. If anything happened to my brother, because now we don't know if he has internal bleeding, if anything happens to him, she and her family be held responsible. Onyebueke family in Cross River State, Calabar, should be held responsible. If anything happened to him moving forward, she's the one. They've threatened his life. They've attempted to kill him by beating him like that. And moving forward, if anything happened, that family Onyebueke family should be held responsible.
Nothing will ever happen to my child. I'm the mother of two. I'm addressing this woman called Agnes Adie Ato Onyebueke. Whatever your name is, you know me. When you see me, you know me. I am the mother of that boy. You ill-treated, you humiliated, you tried to kill, thinking it's nobody's child. Have you ever bore labor pains? I bought the labor pain of that child for over 12 hours before he was delivered with the brother. I single-handedly cater for them after 15 years of their father's demise. I'm a widow. You have your husband. I don't bloody care. But I am a mother everywhere. I can never ill-treat anybody's child. But you have the guts. You are evil gods. With your cause to order your imbecile children, your cultist children, to beat my son coming to work for you, not as your personal driver, not as your maid, official attached personnel. He is an officer in his own cadre. You have the guts to be there watching, a mother you are, and ordering your children, whether your children or your stepchildren, whatever, to beat that child on a locked gate so that he will not go to anywhere until he dies. And then you will, tomorrow, whether anywhere, you throw his corpse somewhere, and then you will label him a cultist, a drunkard, a smoker, more than your children that took tramadol. My son was a driver to you and a driver to your children every morning. Imagine. Let me tell you, he did not go to work as a driver forever. I asked him to just enter anywhere as a stepping stone to government work office. Then he will progress from there. There are people like that. I met people like that. And you think you can use him like you use everybody and go away with it. No, I have been a father and a mother all by myself to them. It pained me. You don't know where you placed me for the past 3 days. Look, Adia, I know you, you know me. You are a mother in the church as a lady knight in Catholic. And you have transferred yourself to Dunamis, where I belonged.
Dunamis,
upon all the preaching, all the nature preached, you not hear. And Bolaji Primer as my pastor in Calabar. You got the guts. That evil mind of you don't even hear what they are preaching. You had the guts to order your children to beat my son. until he will break the window of the security post and
To
run
run
away.
away.
When the
To
man
save his life.
intercede for his
They would
life.
have died.
They will have killed him, and
would
then
have
you
killed him and
were
covered
ready
it up.
to tag a name on him, because some people have allegations all round.
Powerful.
Allegations, just tag him a drunkard, a thief, a cultist. On the way, they just throw the cup there.
Yes, and people will
And
believe
people
it.
will believe,
People
because
will
the whole world is bad. That's my son. I know them. I know their weak points. I know where they are capable of doing things. Look, you have angered the heavens. As human beings, will not be, hate what you did. Heaven hates it more.
Exactly.
I have God. That boy has no father. I am all they have, and God. I handed them over to God, then I left them. And you break the hedge, and you will be beaten with the heavenly snake.
Amen.
In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Because you know God.
Amen.
You and your family,
Your
your
children.
husband want to use money to shut the police down.
Your
They
children.
cannot shut God down, and they will not shut me down. I don't care. But thank you, God, I'm not in town. I will show you what a woman, a man, a single-handed woman, a single-handed mother can do.
Your children walking around
So
like
a
they're
husband,
God.
to a married woman.
Above the
I
law.
married once upon a time. I did have never in my life to treat anybody's child, because I'm a mother. That is what I was feared for. I did not want anybody to have rights over my children, that as a repercussion. And you did this. You have broken the hedge, and wait for God. And wait for God. I'm not threatening you, because I cannot do to you anything, but God is going to deal with you squarely. And your generation gets unborn in the name of Jesus
Those
Christ.
children of yours
Those children of
that
yours
think they are above
that
the
are
law.
threatening you every time, and you will use the aggressive, transfer your aggressive, your whatever aggression to other people, to the workers.
The
Sorry
children
for
that
you.
think that their father is a barrister, their mother is
The
a
ma-
judge,
they
they are
above
not
the
more
law.
than God. Agnes Oyegwete,
God
your
is
family
going to
is not
find you
more than
out.
God.
God is going to intervene. In fact, vengeance is God, and I've handed you to their family to God. Let the police do their own. God will
Please
deal
share
with
this
you.
video. Share
God
this
will be
video.
with you. God is
Don't
going
worry
to deal
about
with
your
you.
data. Share this video, I beg you.
Ayegweke.